Now, quickly, I have my very beautiful, gorgeous Rehema Khimulu. I think I've said it well, right?
The H is silent.
Hakuna H is silent.
It's silent.
When it's French. So it's Khimulu.
It's Khimulu.
No, from where I come from, we call it Khimulu.
It can work as well. It can work as well.
Stop brushing your tongue. This is, of course, Rehema. Rehema, told you earlier at the start of the show, is, of course, has been selected or appointed by the FIFA of chess. I just want to put it in a language that you and I can understand, as in will be a referee or one of the officials during the World Cup of chess in Georgia. Batumi.
Yes.
Yes. So she's here. How did it happen? I mean, did you apply for it? Did they appoint you? Or it's just through your works that finally the FIFA of chess decided to take you to the top World Cup event for you to come and officiate?
It is all of that, including a whole journey and sacrifices that I've had to make along the way to find myself as an arbiter for the first time in my life. And actually, from the beginning of this year, I'd been really hoping in my heart that this happens.
I was being told also by your friend Mike that it's the second time in Kenya for someone to be there, and also the third in the history of Africa. I mean, that is something that we've never had before. Someone has never talked about it. Of course, you are our ambassador in this thing. I mean, this is huge.
Yes, it's amazing. I'll be the second person, rather the second arbiter, Kenyan arbiter, to ever feature at the World Chess Olympiad.
Arbiter ni referee.
Arbiter ni referee.
Yes.
Arbiter stems from French.
Yes.
So is FIDE, our abbreviation for our international body, the World Chess Federation.
Yes.
Then, but collectively, as a continent, we are 20 arbiters with only 2 ladies on board. So there have not been as many ladies before. So I'll be the third lady from the continent.
You look so young. I mean, how have you been? I mean, you've made your strides so quickly and you look so young. How did, I mean, someone would like to know how can I reach there at your age? I mean, it's not something that you walk up to in your bathroom. It's something that you've worked. You've been a federation official here in the country and all that. Perhaps you can explain in a nutshell how that came up.
First of all, I'll begin by dispelling the myth that it is an elitist sport.
Elitist sport, yeah.
Part of my...
but it's still, even me, I don't know, I tried chess, I stopped because it has too many jargon and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's not.
I should say that I was lucky to have obtained a present from a cousin of mine when I was a young girl. And at the time, and you know how children's brain work, they really don't, rocket science does not exist in their world. And then, unfortunately, I didn't know the world of chess and what happens. I didn't even know of tournaments. Up until I got to high school, where a certain gentleman by the name Mr. Wero, who's currently a political body in his county, came to my high school at Bishop Katimu Gandu Girls and claimed in the sense that I didn't understand how you're coming to show us how to move pieces, but apparently was coming to introduce me to a whole world of chess, that even people go for competitions. And from being the only school that was being coached in chess and at the Mount Kenya region, he spread the game to all other schools around Mount Kenya region, and they've become a stronghold in the region in Kenya. So thereafter, I would go to campus and pursue tournaments in the adults, in the senior teams. It was quite challenging to also see that this whole family that exists out here. And it was also the time when they were also beginning to introduce ladies in the ladies team in these tournaments. And I happened to have benefited, or rather to have competed well and to represent Kenya and the national team. So along the way, I figured out that I can as well be an arbiter, because given the career that I was pursuing, it didn't guarantee me that I would always be within the country to
Does it pay? Does this sport pay?
It depends on your positioning.
How much?
It depends on your positioning and the available sponsors at the time. We have not been very lucky, so we are appealing to the community out here to embrace the sport and at least help us focus more on the sport, with the hope with the hope that we can as well benefit as much from the sport like other people do in rugby, football.
It's just perhaps people don't know how the federation works, Where is the federation?
I
You have
remember-
been part of the federation. People are finding it so hard to look. I mean, me, I don't even know. In fact, even in my school, my high school, even chess was never. Sit court and just drafts.
Drafts.
Yeah, vipekee unarukisha.
Yeah, but I remember at the time when I was in second year, I went to one of the leading banks. I had seen part of their strategic plans. They would use these chess pieces like a king or a queen. And I thought to myself, if they would go ahead to use a chess piece as a cover page for their strategic plans, perhaps I could interest them in letting them know that I play this game and I'm hoping to pursue it as a professional sport. But I never could go past the receptionist desks. So, so I decided that I would perhaps maybe participate and challenge myself to serve at the federation. So we have a national federation. It's called Chess Kenya.
Chess Kenya, yeah.
Before it was Kenya Chess Association.
Where are the offices?
The offices are based at Kenya Stadium.
Yes.
Sorry, Nyayo Stadium.
Nyayo Stadium, yeah,
Yes.
the capital, Nairobi.
Yes, and we are currently having a chairman who goes by the name Mr. Bernard Wanjala.
Yes.
And the rest of the team are currently in Kisumu.
Yes, Kisumu, yes.
Hosting the Africa Youth Chess Championships, which we are very lucky to have won the rights to host it ever since 1991, 92. Yes. And we are having around 8 countries with with ages between 8 years old and 18 years old, where with each category we'll have a champion for both male and female, rather girl and boy. So we have categories under 8, under 10, under 12, under 14, and under 18.
What are the challenges that you've gone, just in 2 minutes, the challenges that perhaps you have faced and what perhaps you need right now as you prepare to go to Georgia for World Cup in less than a minute? All
right, we faced the challenges of the awareness bit. I'm finding it that it's not as, that sport is not as well known. Secondly, the understanding within the community, even among my friends and family, that the federation is not stepping in to help whatever it is that the teams need. But the thing is, the way we work, or rather the way the sports sector is in the country, is not as mainstreamed and as direct, so that the ministry would provide us with an annual budget per se. You've seen with rugby and other teams, we always have to rely on well-wishers and sponsors, so to speak. However, I'm certain that as we move on, the ministry will embrace the needs that we need as various federations, and that we will not necessarily categorize sports in saying that this is bigger than this. Because do you know that the blind can also play chess? The deaf can also play chess. Yeah, they have their own special federation, and this is an opportunity you can provide people who may not necessarily have the benefit of participating in rugby. So why not embrace the sport as well? So, and I also want to spread this sport in the rural areas as well, in the low schools, sorry, in the slum areas,
yes, and
people, just to dispel this myth. And at the same time, being an energy professional and environmentalist, we are saying that if you're going to present people with electricity to study, it means that they can as well have the opportunity, the time and the resources to participate in the sport as well.
Certainly. Yes. Rehema Khimulu, but she says she's called Khimulu. She is an arbiter, a referee, a world-class referee right here in the country. She will be flying Kenya's flag in Georgia from the 23rd of September?
Yes, the 6th of October.
Yes, to the 6th of October. That's when the World Cup of Chess will be happening in Georgia, and she will be right in the mix of things. We are very proud of you. Thank you so much for making time. Chess Kenya, thank you for having such a beautiful ambassador. We appreciate you allowed her to come over to our studios. We wish you the best.
Thank you very much, and we have a team that will be participating.
Yes, there's a Kenyan team. Yes. Yani Kenya tuko World Cup ya chess na football hatuwezi. So of course we are very happy you're going to do wonders in Georgia.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity to share this.
Anytime, Rehema. Asante sana Rehema Khimulu, an arbiter referee for chess. We are very proud. Carry this flag very high as you go to the international assignment. We'll be behind you. This, of course, is K24 Sports Hub right here in the capital, Nairobi. I'm your loyal servant, Tony Kwalanda. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.